Good thing I didn't set a proper schedule or a timer for this live because, well, if you know, you know. I have the salt down so that when I get home, I can safely walk out of my vehicle up and into the house. Got a boo-boo today. It was a hangnail. And of course, I'm putzing with it while the washing machine was filling up, and I ripped it off, and blood. Blood! Hi, Lynn. Can you hear me okay? I'm not moving until I know that people can hear me. What's that? Oh, hey, Cass. Hi, how are you? Can you hear me, Cass? Hello and hello and hello. Granny Boo! Yay! Lynn, I hear you. Let's roll, girls. No gloves. Car's nice and toasty. Let's roll. I was listening to, so of course there's going to be more made up scams that are happening. And I don't know if any of you have experienced this. Back in the day, people would, this was a thing back in the day, according to my mother, back in the day. People would look at the obituaries and see so-and-so passed away. His wife of 53 years left him, had cancer, blah, blah. So those type of women would go and look for the surviving spouse, shall we say, and just so happen to pick up the phone. Oh, you know, we went to high school together, or I'm so sorry for your loss. Or in some extreme cases, I just find this, when my mother told me this, I couldn't believe this years ago. These women, well, in my mother's explanation of this scenario, she went to the funeral home of the decedent, the deceased, the wife had passed away, and did all the things, spent the whole service there, expressed her sympathy, said that I was a friend of the now decedent. Yeah, amazing. That was before any technology. That was when there was newspapers. Go figure. So something kind of similar happened with my brother-in-law when his first wife had passed away. Lo and behold, an old girlfriend of my brother-in-law's just so happened to surface and zoom right in there. Got the lonely heart of dear Tom. But Tom, my brother-in-law, is the type of gentleman that if there's a puppy on the street, he would bring it home. If it was up to Tom, he'd probably have 15 puppies in his house. Yeah, he's a bleeding heart type of person. Nice man. But that woman eventually died. That sister-in-law that I have known since Jack and I have been together. So she passed away. And of course, he was lonely once again. And he got back into the dating circles of internet. I don't know the names of these sites because Jack and I have been with each other for nearly 30 years. Wow, look at the snow and ice fly off of my truck. We've been together so long. I just don't know. I don't even know what it means to swipe right or swipe left. But I've heard, if somebody talks about the sites, I've heard of them. But I don't go on them. So, and this is years ago. This is before AI as well with the brother-in-law. He met several women that, of course, after talking to them on the phone for hours and hours, and we have so much in common, so much similarity, so many similarities. Phone numbers are long distance, of course, because look at us that belong to the keto and carnivore group. We're all over the United States. We have a bunch of us. Same with these women, these bloodsuckers, these leeches, these, you would call them whatever you want to call them. And they'd strike up a relationship for quite some weeks, we're talking, even months. And it came to the point of, I want to come and visit you. Oh boy. Yes. It was with one lady. She was so busy in her own business. She had a business and she travels all the time for her business. And when we do get together, it'll be a precious moment. I can rest and relax, well deserved. All the, you name it. We've watched the Hallmark Channel and seen the movies. Came time to get the plane ticket. And guess what? She fell on hard times. She couldn't afford it. So she asked him if he could give her the ticket to go back after they spent time. Oh, by the way, the brother-in-law at that time was due to have some type of surgery. I don't remember. Was it back? Was it knee? Lately, the older I get, all of my friends are having surgeries, and we just lose track of what extremity is going to be surgically worked on. I don't know. Well, Tom was I said his name. He was very suspicious of this whole shenanigans, and in essence, he broke it off. But before that, another woman had boldly asked him for money because her business was failing. Oh, I really need this money. I'm going to get the monies from this particular government contract by the end of the month, but right now I'm in dire straits and I really could use your help. Well, he dropped her like a hot potato. I feel sorry for him. I do. I feel sorry for people that don't have anybody or they want a relationship, but they're not the type of people that would go to church. I think I told you guys how my husband had come about to going into church. He and his, at the time, 17-year-old girlfriend. I have so many things to say about that whole relationship. Another day, another video. It's just despicable. So, here comes UPS down the road. Maybe I'll get my QVC meat today. Hopefully the husband will have the smarts to leave the meat outside where it's at freezing point and not bring it in the house in a 72-degree house. It's happened before in my house, but I digress. He, after breaking up with this relationship, started looking in the phone book for churches that were close so he could go back to church. In his mind, I believe he felt like he was going to find a woman in the church. wow. You see my face? Imagine what the word cloud says above my head right now, knowing what we all know. So he ended up finding a church, and according to him, he was in the church at the time of the sermon was directed towards him, or he felt that way. He also used the scenario that when he was in the pew, he felt, as many Christians feel and believe, that they feel the weight of the world come off of their chest, and they get a, for lack of a better term, a spiritual awakening, perhaps. So he said he experienced that. And Jack and I met each other on a dating line. It was a station in Milwaukee. I call it a hillbilly station. And you would dial in and give your particulars. If you've watched the video, if you haven't watched the video, I would say, I don't know if I can link it on a live, I'm not sure. However, my husband goes into great detail how we met each other and the first date and all that stuff through FM 106, the country western station. So I will try to link it in the description if I remember when I get home from work later, or put it into the comments. But it's happening to women now. In this podcast that I alluded to in the beginning of this video, men from, or a man in particular, from Nigeria. Remember those Nigerian scams? Send us this money or send us these 5 gold Rolex watches and blah, blah, blah. Scam back in the day, just a scam. Well, there were people out there, namely this one man, that spoke about how he got all this money. He looked for women that were with children, and it was a range. It was 25 to 60, in that range. And he, or a bunch of these people in the, I don't know, scammers club, we'll call them, would latch onto these women for obvious reasons, money. It wasn't the fact of anything else. Could they have been divorced? Could they have been widowed? Could they just be women that have children, maybe that have money? I don't know. I had a friend that was involved in something similar to that. She met a gentleman from Nigeria. Remember my nanny, that guy that kept her and her sister prisoner in his house from Nigeria? His name was Chris. This guy in the video, his name was also Chris. Completely different man, completely different person. And he felt sorrow for one lady in particular that he bilked her out of thousands of dollars. And that's why he's since turned his life around, got on this podcast to make people aware of the situation. Now, oh boy, how do I say this? I can only say it one way. I found texts from not email and not Messenger or any of those Facebooky things. No. What I found was an ad for I don't even remember. And it was a conversation. My mouth is getting dry. Pardon me a second. Bubble water with salt only. Oh boy. So salty. Okay, I'm going through the trees now. I hope I don't drop you guys. So I saw these texts from this ad advertising whatever between the husband and this person. I'm going to assume it was a bot. It could have been a real customer service representative acting on behalf of this particular company. But the husband's talking back, my wedded husband, the one that I said better for worse, sickness and health, all the things. Oh, I wish I could be here for you now, says the husband. It would be so nice if we could just see each other and meet each other and talk. Are you out of your freaking mind, husband? What is wrong with you? In essence, what this person was, whether it's a bot, could it have, nowadays technology, I can't explain it. I'm just going to be as rudimentary and crude with my knowledge in explaining this. Perhaps if you put down a sentence and it replied back to the computer-generated question or comment, of course, say your question would be, or your comment would be, well, I just don't have the money right now. And then the bot would come back and say, how much is your health really worth now? Really? You know what I mean. Scamorama. But what irked me, I didn't have a cuss word, I felt like using it. What irked me the most was on May 5th, he told me to go to a hotel 5 days after hip surgery. And now he's talking to bots or strangers and having this conversation, tete-a-tete, back and forth. Oh, I used to, when I drove truck, I used to go to Baltimore and deliver. So he's telling her these stories about when he was a truck driver and how he loved Baltimore and driving a truck, all the shenanigans. Good night, Lucille. Has he completely lost his mind? He must have. I don't know. He's home all day sitting on that stupid device. No wonder I've built up ice and snow and that's not being tended to. Body language. I just realized I did 100% body language right there. It's a shame that people are out there trying to suck other people in. Or there's people out there that are mentally unstable. Something must be wrong with the head to want to leave a marriage or a perfectly good relationship just to follow some kind of a bot. Seriously. I have walked into a room. This last summer when I was off. I walked into the room and my husband was on the telephone with whatever insurance company, life insurance, Teamsters, whomever, where he's telling the representative on the phone, my wife, I want this and I want it. I don't even know if he's changed beneficiaries. But the reason I bring this up today isn't to call him out. It's because of this podcast that I listen to and these scams and these people out here that really, if you think about it in the big scheme of things, people that have nothing better to do with their lives, in their closet, go to the garage, organize their tools. They could sit down with their spouse and have a one-on-one discussion. Nope. All day. All day. Ooh boy. It's getting close to the end of this fast because I'm crabby-ish. And I haven't been the past, how many days is, what day is today? I have 3 more days of fasting, Friday, Saturday, and then I eat Sunday, yeah. 38 days, Friday, Saturday, 38 more days if you count today's the 38th day. I'm getting persnickety. I'm getting crabby-ish. I don't know. I don't know. Then the podcast went on to speak about scams for jobs. That's something as legitimate as a company logo in an email, or usually the pop-up ads. Let's just say Amazon, because they're such a huge company, with the logo of Amazon on the heading of the message saying you can apply at Amazon to be a telemarketer for our company and earn $75,000 a year. Well, how many of those people, dead arses that are sitting around in their parents' basements, look at those ads and go, oh yay, I can do that, and look how much money I'm going to make. Well, it turns out, obviously, you know where this story's going. These are scams. They go so far as to say, in order to be considered for this job, you must send us, let's say, $99. But we don't accept any credit cards and the normal means of sending money. You have to give us your bank account number, bank routing number, and bank account number. Submit it. Gas right now, you guys, is $2.43. Get out of here. What was it when I got home yesterday? It was $2.49 yesterday. It's $2.43 now. Wow, wow, wow. Let's keep getting more countries. USA first. It seemed like exactly this time yesterday I was extolling the virtues of the USA right here at this particular road. And I would say to those people that are giving out their bank accounts, oh, it's only $99. Sure, it's only $99 from you. But if you look at a bunch of people, 99, 199, you know, it all adds up into thousands and thousands of dollars that those deceptive scammers are getting from the unsuspecting people looking for jobs. They don't know any better. They just want a job, and they just see $75,000 a year. I can do it. I can sit at home. Yay, I'll do all these things. Wow, city of Chetek, you gotta do better here, boys. They filled up the entire intersection stop traffic with 2 vehicles. Don't back up into me, buddy. You have got to be kidding. I could use choice words here. Honest to goodness, I could use words. I could sure use some words. Get out of my way. Oh my goodness. And this other truck is still in the middle of the road. Ooh, Jerry, give me some food. Give me beef. What did I bring for my beverages today? Hot water and I don't know how many ounces. I think this is a 22-ounce thermal with a teaspoon of the Redmond's Real Salt. I love this. It's so good. I think it's because it's a hot beverage. I'm not drinking any coffee this last week. Maybe that's why I feel crabby, because I haven't had any coffee. I don't have any headaches, though. I think I'm getting more than enough salt in my diet. In here we have electrolytes, and I'm completely out of the raw salty and elementy. I don't have any more, so I had to force myself into putting in this 40-ouncer some elementy lemonade. It's good, but it's very weak. I typically like to use one of the packets in 12, maybe 16 ounces of water. You just get a bare taste of the lemon flavor. So, yes, it's got stevia. So don't anybody come after me saying, you broke your fast. You broke your fast. Whatever. You go for 38 days without eating. And then I have some herbal tea. 0 caffeine. Hot stuff is where it's at for me right now. I don't mind drinking it. Will I, in June, go and have a cup of hot water? I doubt it. But the coffee's going to come back. It'll be back in February, in time for my birthday. Today, I think I told you guys, today 2 gentlemen are retiring from my job. One for sure, his last day is today. And the next gentleman, the reason they're celebrating together is, I think, so they can cheap out on the cakes. I don't eat it. I'll end up taking some home for the husband. Poison him with the seed oils. If you know, you know. He's communicating with somebody on the internet, talking all lovey-dovey shenanigans. Here, Jack, eat some seed oil cake. Have some sugar. Oh, that was right to the heart. I'm almost at my job. I'm a block away. I can't wait to read the comments. Can't wait. So many scams. People just have nothing better to do with their time than just sit and devise scams or listen to the scams that other people have decided to pull on other people and make it their own. My hair is getting so long, it's time to donate. It's to the point of 12 inches now. It's up to the back part of my pants, the back of my back. Yeah, it's gotta go. Gotta be cut off. Uh-oh. There's the guy that's retiring right now. What's he doing out here? He's out here with the manila folder, talking to the other guy whose last day is tomorrow. Let me back up into this spot so I can read some of your comments. There we go. You're going to get the beep beeps in a second. Beep, 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 beep. There we go. Stop before the median. Hey, I got 10 people still on with me. Thanks for showing up. Thank you very much. Let's read your comments. Let's take the seatbelt off. All the things. Turn the blower up all the way. And turn off the ignition. Keys in the pocket. I have been known to leave the keys in the ignition one too many times. Okay, so I'm going to say hello to those people that I didn't say hello to yet. Sharon's here. Sharon and Amy. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. The word cloud, steadfast. You know, Sharon, with the made up word in the word cloud. Been there, done that. Everybody say hello to everybody. Sharon said she was so hungry today, she's totally embarrassed at 20 hours of our rock star here with our rock star. Oh, shoot, that's okay. I'm not even doing past 24 hours. So embarrassing, not eating the butter bites, and I'm weak. That's okay. This 40-day fasting is not for everybody. It really isn't. And at one point in time, I pondered, just thought, never moved with it because my body wasn't that obese. I was very obese. 363 pounds is a lot of poundage. It's a lot of weight. But I would probably have to be maybe 500, 600 pounds, very big, to do the fast that one gentleman did, which was over a year. And he dropped a lot of pounds, but his was medically observed by a physician. That's the term, medically observed. So I don't cast any shame on anybody about their own choice of fasting. You do you, whatever you can do. I started, my fasting mentality was, I'm going to go to bed. I'm not going to eat for 8 hours. That's how I was. But I came from a very disordered eating. I would eat all day. I have food around me constantly. And that in my opinion was wrong. There's Ricky. Hi Ricky, just about to head home. I would let this run, but I have no cell service for most of the way. And I run in and out too, Ricky, same thing. Who to you for fasting for any period of time? I think Cass is saying woohoo to you for any period of time. That's what I think. I'm making it up as I go along. Sorry. Everybody. Oh, yep. Sharon answered that. Yes, I'm Cass. I presume, question mark. I meant whoop, said Cass, to short-term fasting. Absolutely. Whoop to anything. Anytime you can make it from 1 hour to the next and not shove food in my pie hole, or I used to call it a soup cooler back in the day. Anytime you can make it from 1 hour to the next, good for you. And Cass agreed. There's so many scams out there. They try to scam her stepdad, who's 85, all the time. Thank goodness he doesn't carry credit cards anymore, but he has given out his personal information, not knowing. The husband, too. I'm not there to police him, and often, well, I can count more fingers that the bank has called Jack and stopped his credit card because of shenanigans. He'll go on websites. He doesn't look at the top where it says HTTPS, S, safe, secure. Doesn't do that. Looks for things. Now, remember, the greatest generation is out here right now. They have a lot of money. in their coffers. They have a lot of cars, old iron, a lot of memories. They want to sit and kibitz with people about the old iron days and the old days and muscle cars from the 60s, everything. So young punks are in their basement out there with nothing better to do than with their script get on and try to suck people into money. My husband just had a call. I overheard him talking to somebody. I was getting ready Monday. Yeah, Monday. And he had a call about somebody sending my husband money, and then my husband would send him this part. It didn't come to fruition. My husband still chooses to go on Facebook and all the scam sites, marketplace, and get sucked in. It's despicable. It's despicable. Sharon said the first year on carnivore, and it was nothing to do a day and OMAD, and about 18 months and since just hungry. When I started YouTube, I was exposing scammers. Yes, Rick, I didn't see those, but remember, you have since recently, the last couple years since I've been carnivore, become a friend of mine. So thank you very much for exposing all the scams, Rick. And Sharon, thanks you too. Yes, it was the free energy scammers that got my YouTube channel deleted. Wow. Wow. The more I listen, very interesting, Rick. Almost there, Jerry. I think I'd be a little more than crabby at this point on the fast. Yeah. Yeah. Shoot, was it Tuesday? Maybe it was Monday. I've been crabby this week. I have been. Like, get out of my way. I'm crabby at the job. I'm crabby about what the husband's been doing. I tell him, I have these big burgers, third of a pound burgers for the dogs. This is what you must feed them. Burger and eggs. He's given them 2 burgers. These dogs are already fat and they eat treats all day. Jack, the dogs look at Jack and squeak the wrong way, and he's constantly feeding them. It's like a human being. They don't need to eat all day. And all their treats that I buy them, you guys have seen them. They're high protein, real chicken treats. They're not cheap. They don't need to eat every day. They don't. Oh, and now I buy him bananas, by the way. He's been giving bananas to the dogs. Dogs aren't supposed to eat bananas. Have you ever seen in the wild a dog climb a banana tree? No. Stop. I've stopped buying him bananas. Stop feeding the dogs bananas. I bought him because he liked them. Sharon said, I don't know how you have done this year after year. I don't know what your support system was then, though. Sharing and accountability is very important. Absolutely, it is. I think my husband wanted a thin wife. I think so. Well, I think I look thin. I look pretty damn good for my age compared to these bimbos on the internet that he's commenting to from their shorts. And yeah, they're probably 20 years younger than me, but oh, am I ugly today? I'd be more inclined to believe a job that underpaid. I have been totally open to WFH since as I worked remotely towards the end. And Rick is saying hello to everybody. And Rick also said, I never eat or drink anything while driving. Well, of course. Well, you're usually driving a bike. No, that's right. I think you took a van. You have a van. I think so. The white van I've heard about. Then he said, quack. Rick said, quack. Xana. Hi, Xana. Xana said, you need to take some pics of Jack cavorting. I can't believe he's doing that to you. I can't either. I'm telling you, I appreciate the hug. Xana, you are my sister in Christ. You have been my sister in Christ through many years now via the internet, and I appreciate it. Birds of a feather. Don't look at my band-aid. Birds of a feather. It's 1:43. I got time. Thomas is here. Hey, Thomas. And Rick is back. He's back online. No one has ever been able to scam me. I bet you, Rick. I bet you. Yeah, bananas. I know. Listen, I gotta tell a banana story. Was it last weekend? New Year's Eve, I went shopping at Costco, and I got Jack his organic bunch of bananas. I brought in the things from the back because of ice, you know what I mean? The 2 chickens I bought for the dogs and whatever incidentals that would freeze if left in the vehicle. I left the paper goods in here. Well, lo and behold, I'm looking 2 days later for the bananas. I left them in the truck in the back, right next to the case of paper towels. Oh my goodness, frozen bananas. So the frozen bananas went from the back of the truck into the freezer so that I can thaw them someday, turn them into banana puree and make a banana bread for Mr. Wonderful. Amy says, gotta run and see my new doctor. Wish me luck. Yes, good luck with the doctor. Ooh, update us for sure, Sharon says. Update us for sure. Okay, that's the end of the chat. I'm completely caught up. Thank you again, everybody, for putting your 2 cents in. And, woo, just say a prayer that I can calm down. Just breathe. I will take that cake home for Mr. Wonderful, and he's going to be so happy because I don't cook him those things anymore. Here, have some seed oils and sugar. Ting. Oh my goodness. Okay, gotta go. Thank you so much again, everybody. I appreciate it. I really want to do the lives during the lunch hour. I do, but I can't because everybody and their mother is in this stupid break room, and I really can't let go and say all the things that I want to. So it is what it is. But you know the magic words that I believe in. This too shall pass. It will. Love to everybody. Hugs and squishes. Thanks for the kind thoughts, prayers, comments, likes, thumb it up. See y'all. Feel free to comment down below. Have a great day. Cheers. Bye, everybody. See you soon.